Right, there we go.
Okay.
Good to go. Start again. Take two.
It's the Underground Sound take two. So welcome everyone to the Underground Sound. I am DJ Exec. With me as always is Carlos Fandango. Together we are the Underground Sound, putting the us back into music.
So please do like, subscribe, and share, and let's get your music out there.
100%. Let's get all the fantastic music out there. Thank you for the show sponsor today, Nathan Brashear, Monsters Are Real. We'll get to Nathan in a little while here, as he is the second track on our Black Friday special here. But looking at track number one, this name looks familiar. Carlos Fandango, what can you tell me about this this upcoming song here?
Well, this one is one of the tracks from the album that I just about got out before Christmas, or week before Christmas last year. So this year's where I'm going to start promoting it. But this one is the out-and-out Christmas song of the album, and it's called Santa Is Coming. It features two singers, Emma Paul and Ellivia Gold, who is the star of the show when it comes to her part. And I just hope you enjoy it, because it's for me, it was just neat. I wanted to write something that was, really out and out Christmassy and fun, but with lots of detail and interesting things going on in it, and melody, harmony, and things that will keep you listening for a long time, hopefully.
All right. Well, as you all know, we're not very self-serving on the show at all, not one bit really. But with the holidays coming up, I know that Carlos has worked on this album pretty hard here, and the music's good. So I mean, if you're chilling with your family on Christmas, definitely maybe we talked about this. I think that we should get a Spotify playlist started with the Christmas music. So we might have that done for Christmas Day. So by all means, throw it on with your family and check out the Christmas songs. The songs today will be more or less Christmas themed. So right now, let's check out Carlos Fandango featuring Emma Paul and Ellivia Gold with Santa Is Coming.
The snow is falling all around, landing gently on the ground. You try to keep your eyes wide open and hope to catch a fleeting glimpse of you know who. You're snuggled up in bed with thoughts of Christmas in your head, still trying to keep your eyes wide open, but Mr. Sandman's calling you. Come to sleep, to fall into a fantasy. And while you're in the land of dreams, that's when it happens. Santa is coming from very far away, flying his reindeer across the Milky Way. Presents are loaded in his magic sleigh. Santa is coming for Christmas. Make a wish, make a wish, make a wish. You think you're awake to hear some sleigh bells, and then the sound of hooves on roofs, a crunch of snow and a laughing, a ho 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 ho. But Mr. Sandman's calling you. Come to sleep, to fall into a fantasy.
together this Christmas and bring love, peace, and happiness to the whole wide world. P.S. Can I have a puppy too?
Santa is coming from very far away, flying his reindeer across the Milky Way. Presents are loaded in his magic sleigh. Santa is coming for Christmas Day. Christmas Day. Christmas Day. Santa is coming to bring you a present today.
Our very own Carlos Fandango giving Mariah Carey a run for her money there. So Santa is coming. Let me know about it, Carl.
Well, I mean, I wanted to try and capture the sort of wondrous excitement of a Christmas Eve. When you're a kid and it's Christmas Eve, you're all excited and you got to go to bed, go to sleep, and you just can't get to sleep. And but when you do finally, suddenly it's Christmas morning, the magic has happened. And it's that moment, where you fall asleep, the magic happens. But I also wanted it to be not only magical, but slightly, there's little creepy elements in there. Just the sounds of Mr. Sandman, just because that song, Mr. Sandman by the Chordettes, is always a little bit creepy when Mr. Sandman says yes. And so I wanted to capture that side of things. But also there was a song in the 1980s in the UK that was big called The Land of Make Believe by Bucks Fizz, which also had this very sugar sweet, saccharine sweet pop song, but with very dark words and a creepy little spoken word bit at the end with the kid. So I wanted to sort of capture that kind of thing, where it's a bit of a contrast of the juxtaposition of the sugar sweet cuteness overload of the kids singing and everything, and also the slightly creepiness. Wishes and swishes, I like that when I've forgotten about that. Every time I hear it, I forget that there's all these wishes and swishes of Santa flying around, and I panned them so that they would sort of go like that kind of thing, and left to right, right to left, all sorts of things. And paid a lot of attention to detail. And the section just before the chorus, I put on a Leslie speaker on the vocals, particularly on Emma's vocals, because it just gives a sort of slightly sort of creepy again, but also Beatlesque sort of feel to it. And when Ellivia Gold comes in with the spoken word section, she did so many takes for me. It was fantastic. She was excellent, and she couldn't have done a better job. And we've got the lots of different types of ways of doing it and takes. And I just took my favorite ones, and it was just cute overload when she starts singing at the end. She steals the show absolutely. So I'm glad we've showcased this one, because it's got two other artists on it, and two great artists on it.
Yeah, no, I loved it, because there was the duet was nice in general, because you brought your vocals forward, which is something that I recommend that you do, and you have. I like the bass reflex on the kick. It's there, it's prominent, but it's not overbearing. The entire story is really cool. So the duet is nice. I was going to ask you if you had trouble finding the whoosh sound effects, because I know it's you going whoosh.
Right. Well, this is the thing, you see. This I did myself vocally. The only one you can hear that is sort of slightly vocal, could be a vocal, is the first one. I tried to disguise it in different ways by having I had an outdoor reverb on it, and also I think I might have sort of cupped my mouth slightly, that kind of thing. But I also put some possibly a flanger on it, and a couple of other effects, just to sort of bit of overdrive on it, just to sort of give it a more natural feel to it, a more natural feel to the Santa's sleigh going past. So so those I worked hard at trying to disguise the fact that it's me doing it. Because also, if you do it yourself and generate your own sounds, they are then unique. So you're not sampling something and just having a bog standard sound. it's something that's unique to that song.
Right. No, it sounds fine. I was obviously, throwing fun at you here.
Yeah, but that's how I did it though.
Yeah, no, I love it. Can I have a puppy too? You know what I mean? So it was you couldn't help but basically put a smile on your face listening to it. So you're absolutely right that she is a show stealer there, and great all around production, man. I like it. For once again, folks, visit the video description below. Find the link to the Spotify playlist or to our website. We're gonna have this song going there. We will have the full album actually promoted this year before Christmas. So just keep tabs on us and keep tabs on Carlos Fandango and listen to all those Christmas songs there that he has composed. I know he's been putting this together for a while, and finally really coming to fruition this year. And I've previewed all the tracks and they have my little stamp of approval there. So go check that out, please. Support the local musicians, not only Carlos Fandango, not only Nathan Bashir, but all of the musicians that we will feature today and in the future episodes. So once again, video description, links, click, like, follow, save, whatever you can do to help the musicians out. We're all thumbs up and we're for it. So to our show sponsor, Nathan Bashir. I feel like I need to give this a little bit of context here. So you have undoubtedly, if you're watching this episode, because the music video will have premiered midnight. This show, like let's say, will be released about 12-ish. You're watching it sometime during Black Friday. And Nathan Bashir wrote the song last year. And this year he asked me to put a music video together for it, which I did. And so Nathan really wants to bring, attention to what's going on with veterans and things of that nature. Our veterans that have been off to war, coming home, having to deal with a lot of hardships. One fact about veterans that I didn't have time or I didn't have enough space to throw into this video was that it can take 18 days or more for a veteran to actually get an appointment to see a doctor at the VA. So no matter what the condition is, there's a lot of troubles and a lot of hardships for veterans. And this is kind of like where White Christmas came in. It's very seemingly innocent, but there is a profound meaning to what Nathan is doing with the song. So let's check out that video right now. Carl, we will just play the song. How about that?
That sounds like a good idea. Yep, that's. I'm all for supporting the veterans.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know.
quite sobering, I
Hold
think.
on.
I think the video itself is extremely sobering, isn't it? I think the ones that are the most touching for me is when the parents, the dads particularly, usually are reunited with their children, and the dogs, because they're just they remember the smell of the owner, and they get so excited, and it's just pure, unadulterated joy. But the statistics at the end are extremely sobering. I mean, we in the UK treat our veterans about the same as the USA does. It's shameful and shocking, and won't get too political about it, but they're treated a lot worse than people who get treated a lot better that shouldn't be. So whereas these people should be prized and valued, and they're not. But the song is extremely sobering. I mean, it's remindful in a way, in the same way that Simon and Garfunkel many years ago did what was the song they used? It's gone out of my mind completely, but it was the 9 o'clock news. Oh, Silent Night and the 9 o'clock news. It was on their Past This Age, Rosemary in Time album, I think. And basically they segued the sort of two things together. Had the news articles about Nixon and the Vietnam War and everything like that, going over the Silent Night with Simon and Garfunkel singing it in a beautiful way. And it's so poignant. And it's got that same sort of spirit in this, really. So, it's good work.
I'll have to check that out. I didn't know the Silent Night with Simon and good old Garfunkel.
Yeah, so Silent Night / the 9 o'clock news, and it stays with you when you've heard it. It's really good, really worth hearing.
Yep.
Should be on the Christmas playlist, although it's a bit dark and morbid, I guess. So it's probably not on people's Christmas playlist.
Well, dark and morbid is where we're going today with this one. Listen, Nathan's a really good guy. So it's kind of sad, the response that he's getting with everything here, because he's working with organizations. 100% of the money that's donated will actually go to these charities to help veterans out. And he makes knives as well, like custom made knives, right? So like handmade knives. So he was telling me that it's kind of shitty, because what he's been doing is he's been pushing this one particular knife that he made for this video, or for this song, I should say, to donate to the Veterans Affairs and everything like that. And he's getting about $300 as like his top offer right now, where as opposed to when he sells them regularly without this kind of agenda, he'll get like $650, $750 like per knife, right? So there's some politics, and I don't know what's exactly like blocking people from understanding what's going on with veterans. I have a few friends that are veterans, a couple of friends that are veterans from the Vietnam War era still, and veterans of recent wars, and everyone's got problems, and it just kind of seems like it's really difficult for them to get solutions or medications or any kind of help that they actually need. And it's just very sad. It's very sad, because these are people that literally risked it all. Right. So whatever you can do, White Christmas is available on monstersarerealmusic.com for $2. You can download that song for yourself, and that money will go towards these organizations that are helping veterans. And and there's a donation link as well there. So if you just feel generous and you would like to donate anything over $2, and just help out, support the veterans in any way, then that's greatly appreciated by myself and Nathan.
Absolutely, yeah. And anything we can do to help, and our supporters and subscribers, I'm sure that they're great people and generous, and want to get on board with it. So just do whatever you can. It helps people out. I mean, the problem is the people aren't trained to then sort of fit into ordinary civilian life afterwards, and I think that's one of the biggest issues, particularly with the homeless statistic, because people just can't seem to get into a conventional lifestyle after that, because it's so different to anything else that anybody else does. It's very hard to fit in afterwards. So it's just needs a lot of support and a change of attitude, I think.
Yeah.
From everybody.
I apologize. I'm getting a little emotional with this. It's just something that should be near and dear to everybody. It's kind of like season comes around, help out your fellow man, and let's maybe drive some of those statistics down. So big props, Nathan Bashir, White Christmas, Monsters Are Real. He will be on the Mike Wagner show doing an interview as well, kind of like promoting that video. So look for that. If he said he was going to do it on the 28th, so it's not going to be in the links just yet. So, but it will be on the links, I should say, on the next episode. So visit the links below, find links to these charities, to all these artists, to Nathan, to everybody that has anything to do with the show here. Find the links. Go, please show some love, especially I think with Christmas. Let's maybe do a little bit more with the veteran kind of like push. Even if you share it, just take the video and share it all around, get the word out. I think we can just leave it at that. So my goodness.
Now Pascal Sapia is from Frankfurt in Deutschland. He's a singer-songwriter. Got 6 tracks uploaded so far, 12 followers and 60 plays. And this one says it's a new holiday classic, get into the Christmas mood. Well, I think we, as the artists, we probably shouldn't be preempting and saying it's a classic before it is. The audience would decide if it's a classic or not. But let's see what it's like.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, another Christmas. It is another Christmas.
Another Christmas.
And it's going to be as soon, a very new year again. My goodness, we were just talking about that. Time's flying by. Thanksgiving is obviously here if you're watching this video, or has just passed for that matter. Christmas is very soon. Very shortly after that, we'll be celebrating 2023. So Pascal Sapia. Is it Sapia or Sapia? Do you know?
I suppose it's German, probably Sapia. I would think, yeah. Who knows? We'll have to check. But he may contact us and let us know.
Okay. Another Christmas and possibly a new holiday classic.
Another year is almost come to an end. Christmas has never really been perfect. Always missed something or someone. This year hasn't been the best, but I really want to appreciate this Christmas season the fullest. I'm used to spend my Christmases with you. I wish this could go on for forever. for the ones that miss someone tonight. This is for you, hoping don't have it too hard to see. Might happen, no it won't
Well, Pascal Sapia, another Christmas, giving Carlos Fandango a run for his money, man. Carlos, what'd you think?
Yeah, I mean, interestingly, the very intro, it sounded, there was something reminiscent of License to Kill. I was listening to the other day, and it sort of had something in that that reminded me of that. But immediately after that, when the song started, I could sort of hear a very, I think it was in the vocals and the piano, and the fact that it was a vocalist and a piano being played, that it feels like an extremely strong Neil Sedaka influence to me, particularly because it uses some lovely traditional chord movements, particularly in the verses, and some he's using proper composers' tools, tricks of the trade, for the composition, and it sounds a bit like a modern show tune in some respects, and yet it does sound like an older style of song as well, in the sort of Neil Sedaka way. In terms of the production of the vocals, it sounds a bit like almost like the vocals sounded like they're in a TV studio type thing, or something in a room. So possibly they could be sort of tightened up to be more intimate, because I think just tighten up those vocals on the harmonies and so forth as well, the backing vocals, just so that they are tighter to the vocals expressions, so they're all sort of singing exactly the same. It just sounded a little bit not messy, but just could be tightened up more. And the strings were really nicely done, particularly the whole end section, that last section with the cello in particular, was really nice, and ended nicely with a nice little obviously Jingle Bells type reference there. And I think if the song probably wouldn't harm being, if the song was a bit shorter, 3 minutes, and you could probably get it down to that. Although I wouldn't want to sacrifice the end there, because the end was really charming. So really, really good. And he may have a classic on his hands there. It's a nice song. It's a nice song.
He may have a classic. I wrote down in my notes here, the ending is on point for the way that it ends. It's a nice kind of like fade out, and I like the fact that because when I was listening throughout the song, I couldn't really tell if it was like hints of a cello in there, right? But obviously towards the end, you could tell that the cello was used. The violin melody was very nice, kind of like throughout. I agree with you 100% on the vocals. The lyrics are really good. The lyrics are good, and I like the lyrics, but the vocals could definitely use a little bit of tightening, as you say. And but I think that production wise, it's a very solid production. Aside from just kind of like that little bit, I don't know if I mean, for as long as it was it? With that ending there, I think that it works. I was thinking by the point that it got to sort of that near the end,
I was thinking, oh, I don't know how it's going to end because it feels like there's going to be more chorus or something. I think what's coming next, but actually, I was quite pleasantly surprised because the ending was really nice, and that did make the song. I think it rounded the song off so nicely.
Yeah. And I'm just saying
happy
because
with
you always talk about ebb and flow. I think that the ebb and flow just kind of like worked here. So I think that is fine with the length that it's at. Just once again, I think that we're in agreement completely with tightening up the vocals a little bit because the lyrics themselves are great. Loving the violin in the background. Maybe the background cello bring it up just a little bit, but otherwise, maybe a new Christmas hit.
Absolutely, pleasantly surprised there. Yeah, it's good. And I like the fact that it was, to me, immediately it was Neil Sedaka, and I'm thinking, because actually it did remind me something about the chord movements. I don't know if it was Betty Grable, his song Betty Grable. That's a really good song to check out. Neil Sedaka's Betty Grable, brilliant song. And but he's written such classics, and it felt like he was definitely influenced by proper Gilbert. His name's gone. I was listening to him earlier. Oh, Gilbert. I don't know. It'll come to me. But basically, I think he's influenced by proper piano singer-songwriters, and you can hear that. And actually, I'd be keen to hear more from Pascal.
Yeah, well, I don't think you're talking about Gilbert Gottfried. That's for sure.
No, it's goodness me, I've got to look it up now because that's terrible. I don't know why his name's gone, but it's one of my favourites. I was listening to.
Oh, trust me.
I was going to say Gilbert O'Sullivan. I'm thinking, no, that's Gilbert and Sullivan, or is it Gilbert O'Sullivan? Hold on. I was listening to Nothing Rhymed earlier. Gilbert O'Sullivan, yeah. Oh, I was going to say that to start with, and I thought, no, that can't be right because I might be making that up. And no, it was. Gilbert O'Sullivan. Had some great songs in the 70s. Still writing good songs now. But it just feels like that influence is seeping through there, particularly with Neil Sedaka.
Could be. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Folks, the video description below contains all these links. If you like that song, head down into the video description. Click on that link. Find it. I'm pretty sure it's available on Spotify. I switched the screen already, but it looked like it was available on all major platforms. But in either case, even if it's not, you'll get the link to Slap so you can listen to it again and find all the information there on Pascal. Thank you very much for that one. Moving on to our next one here, we got Charlie Prescott.
Yeah, that's Charlie Prescott. So, and this one's called It's Christmas Time, Everyone. He says this is a Christmas track that is energetic, uplifting, and Christmassy. Please like, share, and comment. He's from, so he's in my neck of the woods. He's from Folkestone in the UK, which is in Kent. So not far from where I am, called Charlie Prescott. One track, 26 plays, 9 followers already from this one track that was only posted 12 hours ago, so he's doing really well.
Oh wow. So we got hot off the presses,
really hot off the press. Yeah,
breaking news
just down the road from me. I mean, it's about about an hour from me.
All right, well there you go. So basically your neighbor, hour away is your neighbor, so yep. Let's check out Charlie Prescott with It's Christmas Time, Everyone.
Pack your toys, girls and boys, Santa's coming, it's Christmas. Get in bed, rest your head, Santa's coming, it's Christmas. It's that time of year when love, joy and laughter's around, making angels in the snow, walking down the streets hand in hand. Now it's Christmas time, everyone. Santa's sleigh, he's away, he's coming, it's Christmas. Watch him go through the snow, he's coming, it's Christmas. Shining, glistening
That was Charlie Prescott from Folkestone, UK, with his Christmas Time, Everyone. Carlos Fandango, let me know what you think of your neighbor.
Well, yes, very happy song and a sort of stomping beat. I actually really like when the drums. I think the snare's a little bit heavy at times, but I like it when the snare comes in to the chorus. Dum 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 dum. So it's quite a nice, insistent. Gets your sort of foot tap in, and I noticed you sort of drumming a little bit there with your pens. So yeah, that was good. It feels like a definitely a bedroom sort of production sort of thing. But it's a nice jolly song. The vocals are sort of it's weird because there's a sort of slight sort of perhaps Oasis influence in there somewhere, but it feels like an American influence of certainly on the vocal, where he's sort of singing Christmas, like that kind of thing. So it's rather than Christmas, and so forth. But a couple of bits of timing that were a bit odd on the thing. But it's a nice little pleasant song with lots of evocative images of the Christmas things and scenarios. So I think a lot of people have find that quite pleasant actually, and we can see from slaps where people have had nine follows already and lots of listens and some fire. But yeah, people are enjoying this song.
Do you think that we say Chris Moise?
Well, do you not notice on the because I noticed on these, I mentioned it the other week, didn't I, with the Addy song, I think it was, and it was a lot of the pronunciation, particularly with American vocal artists, they're saying boy like that instead of but, or but, but do you have a slight bit of that when you say but or things like that? So it's a bite.
But
Yeah, you said but there, but you don't normally. You normally say bite.
no, I don't.
Oh, you do.
Now you're going to make
Watch
me
any show and you'll see it, folks. Don't believe him, folks. So
now you're going to have me watching the show again just to recognize my speech here. My goodness.
no, but basically, but a lot of the vocalists will say boy and Christmas like that because you could hear him singing it. It's not. It's a couple of times it was Christmas and then it ends Christmas, and that's a vocal affectation that people have these days. It bugs me no end, but it's what people do these days, the singers, and I like them to just pronounce the way they pronounce things if they can. I don't mind them trying to sort of affect an American accent if that's the style of the song and what you want to appeal to, because we all do that. The Stones did it, the Beatles did it, so everybody does it. But that is one of those things that just has been happening for about 10-15 years now. And I notice it every time someone does it.
Interesting. I've not noticed that, so I'll have to go back.
But you have something else to say, I'm sure.
But
we've switched roles because I was saying about cutting it down to 3 minutes on the last song, 3.5 minutes, and you're saying no, it's fine. It's a longer song, is fine. So we've switched roles because normally you're saying that about 3 minutes, and I'm saying no, the length is fine.
Well, I mean, for that particular one, it was right.
And now you're saying but, and I'm saying bite.
Oh, whatever. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna study these episodes, but yes. Kind of like going back to your point here, sounding like it's a bedroom kind of production. I was gonna say the drums definitely sound like they're live, but you did notice me tapping my pen, just kind of like going along with the snare, and it's catchy because you're either doing that and you're tapping your foot, something's going on here. The Jingle Bells reference is nice. I like the fact that there was some power chords kind of like going throughout the song. You could hear it, but they were really subtle, kind of like in the background. So the Christmassy theme, kind of really took over. But I gotta say the ending guitar I really liked. I really liked when the guitar came in and it was just like that whole thing going on over there when the song was ending. So with the Jingle Bells reference and everything like that, I think very well done. So good job there.
Pleased and proud of my fellow. Well, actually, if he's born on one side of the River Medway, which he may have been, if he was if he was born in Kent, then he could be a Kentish man. I'm a man. No, sorry, my side of the Medway was Kentish man, and the other side is a man of Kent. So he may be a man of Kent.
or a Kentish man.
Or a Kentish man if he's been born on the southwesterly side of the Medway.
But we're on to our next song here. All right. So we got Maureen Grace. Right. Christmas Eve. What can you tell me about this song so far?
Right, so let's have a look. We're back to America and California. It's Loomis in California, and Maureen Grace is from. She says she's a singer-songwriter from Northern California. Loves connecting with others through music, and yet that's a great thing to have. Music is such a powerful tool that speaks beyond words. Well, I 100% concur with that. Absolutely true. And this one, she says, is a new traditional Christmas song. So traditional sounding, but new. So yeah, with an introduction like that, we need to find out what this is all about.
Absolutely, we do. It's what we do here on the Underground Sound, folks. We will find everything out about the song that we need to. Maureen Grace, Bright Christmas Eve, new traditional Christmas song. Let's check it out.
Night has fallen, the moon is aglow. Its beams are glistening on hills fresh with snow. The breeze feels chilly as it rustles the trees. I see so much beauty this bright Christmas Eve. I know you're here with every snowflake that falls. You're here in moonbeams and breezes that call to me with gentle reminders that say the wonders of you will be with me always. Your birth on that first Christmas so long ago gave hope to the hopeless and sin-weary soul. A star was there shining to guide through the night. It led them to you, Jesus, light of all lights. You're here, shining through darkness of night. You're here, giving us hope that burns bright. Your voice, it rings out and beckons us all. It speaks through creation, all things great and small. Through snow-capped mountains, a burden for light, a flower blooming, a newborn's cry. Through hills and valleys, the waters deep. The truth of your majesty plainly to see. You're here, shining through darkest of nights. You're here, giving us hope that burns bright. Your voice, it rings out and beckons us all. It speaks through creation, all things great and small. You're here in times with our family and friends. You're here for those all alone. You will send the peace of your presence, sweet hope from above. Through Jesus, our Savior, the one who is love.
We talked plenty about guitar solos. How about was that a cello or is that a violin solo?
Yeah, well, I've put this down here because at first it sounded like an electric guitar, and then it turned into
did.
this sort of viola or cello, possibly an electric violin. But it did sound slightly overdrived, like an electric something. So it did feel more than just like a cello. So either it's a was it real played cello or programmed one with effects on and a bit of overdrive? Don't know, but it certainly had a bit of bite to it, and the cello does tend to have bite anyway, but it had a bit more than that. There's definitely a bit of overdrive or something in there going on, which I really liked. It's a bit different because it sounded like it was going to be a guitar solo, and I thought, oh, it's not a guitar solo, but the song grew and swelled, just as it went on. Bit of ebb and flow in that, as we're always talking about, and ENF 6 to 7, I'd say. Very pretty introduction. The piano was sort of very nice, like a Frank Mills, like there's an old song, Music Box Dance, to not quite that, but that sort of pretty sort of arpeggios and things going on. Very clear vocals, quite like her voice. It's a song that someone like Cliff Richard would easily. Yeah, this would be a good song for him to sing, although he doesn't want to do more Christmas songs, I'm sure. But and again, being all about the birth of Jesus and so forth, there's definitely a market for for that sort of the religious music and worship music. So aside from the Christmas market, it's also got the extra added dimension there of being a traditional lyrical song. So it's a very pleasant song, that one.
Yeah, I agree with you. Listening on the monitors, I thought that very first hit was going to be a guitar solo. And then I'm just like, wait a second, this is not the guitar. And so, yeah, it really definitely had that bite to it, and it was just there was some kind of effect on it. There had to have been some kind of amplification, overdrive, something. I would love to know what exactly it was. So if anyone has that information, please let us know, because I would love to know. And aside from the religious references, I would say that this would be a Disney themed track through and through. You could definitely hear something like this in like Frozen or something, the Disney princesses and everything like that, right? It definitely would be a great voice, pro production all the way, I think. You're talking about the ENF factor. I mean, this is commercially viable at 3 minutes and just under 45 seconds, 3 minutes 44. I think Maureen's got a career ahead of her. Her voice is spectacular. So even if we were to take away the fact that this is a professional production all the way around, then Maureen's definitely got that voice that I think is going to take her places. Honestly, I do. So Maureen,
I think so. It looks like she's also, some of her influences are Bonnie Raitt, Olivia Newton-John, Sheryl Crow, ABBA, Paul Simon. ABBA, that's a good point. In her vocal there, you can hear a bit of the Agneta and Frida influence there, I think, in the vocals, in the way the vocals were delivered, and the fact that it was a sort of slightly show tune, as you mentioned, because, obviously Ben and Bjorn wrote Chess and other musicals and things. And so it was kind of that almost ABBA-esque style. If ABBA did a Christmas song, they did Happy New Year, but I don't think they ever did a proper out-and-out Christmas song. Shame too that they didn't, but that would have been it, I think. That's a good point. But there's also Johnny Cash, Paul Simon, David Bowie, Dolly Parton, Taylor Swift, lots of influences there. And I think, she's definitely got she's got other songs that she's uploaded as well. So I think I'd be keen to hear more from Maureen.
I think so as well. Yeah, Maureen, very nice song, very nice production. Love what you're doing here. Keep it up. You can only go forward from there, unless you trip and fall, I guess. I don't know. So, I guess want to thank you for joining us on this special Black Friday edition of the Underground Sound. Episode 17 will be coming up right after this, so be sure to check that out. And once again, by all means, please hop into the video description below, show all these artists some love, hop onto the links for Nathan Brashear. Obviously, let's as we talked about before, let's get these veterans some support. It's not mandatory, but we're approaching on that season where it is better to give, right? So let's give back to the people that of some of who gave all, as they say, right? So wishing you a happy belated Thanksgiving in the US. There is no Thanksgiving in the UK, so happy Thursday to everybody in the UK, and happy Friday when you're watching this. But Black Friday, go out, go do some shopping. Just don't kill anyone over, a 15% discount on headphones or something like that, for crying out loud. Oh, and it looks like ABBA did Little Things for Christmas.
Did they?
Yes.
A song called Little Things. Right, I better check that one out. Is that it can't be a recent one. Okay, I'll find out and have a little look into that.
It might be, but for the Underground Sound, I am DJ Exec. With me is Carlos Fandango. So happy Black Friday to all. Happy Friday to everyone that doesn't celebrate. Not that you celebrate Black Friday. You just go shopping on Black Friday.
Just go shopping.
Exactly. There's
Fight a few people, get your elbows sharpened, and in you go.
There you go. I saw a video one time where there was literally people just hitting each other, running over each other with shopping carts and everything like that. It's crazy. It's madness. I did it once. I will never do it again. I will, especially Walmart. I will never set foot into a Walmart on Black Friday again. That I guarantee you for sure, unless somebody's dying and they have some kind of medication that you just can't get anywhere else. I will not be there on Black Friday. But if you are out there, please be safe. Be careful driving, be careful shopping, be careful road rage, whatever the case may be. Wishing you a happy Friday, basically. Carlos Fandango, DJ Sound for the Underground Sound. Go ahead.
I was going to say, as we're swapping a little bit of our roles slightly, I could say we're the Underground Sound, putting the us back into music.
So please do like, subscribe, and share, and let's get your music out there.
Done like a true professional.